Welcome back to the Crypto Gorilla YouTube channel. I got some great projects to show you guys. We're also going to be taking a look at what's been going on in the market. If you enjoy this kind of content, would you kindly hit that subscribe button as I make new videos every Tuesday and Friday. And as usual, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion. So the first project we're going to talk about today is called Magic Batch. Now, at first, this caught me off guard. In their Twitter bio, they say something about magic mushrooms. If you go to their website, there's like colors flashing in your face. But after speaking with the team, there is a ton of utility behind this project and a bunch of opportunities. Even me as a content creator, I really don't have that much exposure to both Polygon NFTs or even people in Polygon. And Polygon has been getting a ton of massive brand deals. And I really believe that they're going to do well over the next few years. So I see this as the perfect opportunity to get exposure to the chain. Now, this project is fully backed by Polygon Ventures. We could also see the co-founder of Polygon retweeted it. So I am expecting a ton of big names, or at least deep pockets, to be inside of this group. If we take a look at some of the utilities you'll get by holding this pass, we could see that you are going to be able to pitch them your ideas to receive funding as well as launch support. It'll grant you investment opportunities into GameFi, DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs. You could apply to be an advisor for different projects that they're onboarding. Now, this might not appeal to the average NFT degen, but for somebody in my position or for somebody who's interested in these kind of gigs, this is a great opportunity. Now, it's also going to be a low supply collection. I'm not sure what the supply is, but it will definitely be more on the exclusive side. And you're going to have direct access to some pretty big names in Polygon. Now, they're also going to be incubating different projects, so you will get whitelist for all the projects that they end up launching. The first of which is going to be Plutoverse. Now, if we look on their Twitter, it does seem like they have slowed down or they haven't posted in a while. So I do expect them to ramp things up after they launch Magic Batch. And considering this is going to be their flagship collection, I imagine they're going to be doing everything in their power to make sure it's successful. So even if you can't get whitelist for Magic Batch, because as I said, it will be a small collection, I would at least try to get whitelist for Plutoverse. But if you want to shoot your shot for Magic Batch, they are going to be doing application. If you look on their Twitter, they link to a join the batch Twitter account where they're going to be dropping the sign up form. They're also going to be hosting a Twitter space with the team over at Polygon. So perhaps they're going to drop some whitelist spots or maybe give out a POAP like a bunch of people do during their Twitter spaces that can lead to whitelist. Next up, we have Mooncourt by Kickz. Now, I know Web2 brands are notorious for coming into the space and completely messing up their drops. We just had the Porsche drop on Monday that went horribly wrong. They only managed to sell out 1,200 NFTs of a 7,500 supply collection. But having spoken to the team for this one, as well as hearing their plans, I am very excited for what they have planned. I do believe that they are offering a ton of value to their community, and I'm hopeful that this can do really well, especially with the amount of shoe botters and shoe lovers that we have in the NFT space, because this collection is very appealing to sneakerheads. Now, if you don't know Kickz, they're a huge brand. They sell shoes, apparel, clothing, and have partnerships with some major brands like Nike and Adidas. And they're going to be launching a Web3 store where holding onto their NFT is going to grant you major benefits within their store. Now, these NFTs are avatars that they're calling Mooncourt Ballers, and they will come in the form of a booster pack similar to like a Pokemon card booster pack that holds multiple NFTs. Once you open your booster pack, you are going to be able to stake your NFTs on their platform, and you're going to get benefits such as early access to exclusive drops, which are typically botted, so you could essentially skip the line. You're also going to be able to accumulate points, which you could then use to redeem rewards, aka free shoes. Now, if you hop into their Discord, they are currently raffling away some shoes. The pair that they're currently giving away are the Jordan Lost and Founds, and you don't need to own anything in order to qualify for these giveaways, so it's worth it to join. But all in all, I really like this one, especially with the backing that they have, the major partnerships that they have, and in my opinion, the make or break for this collection is going to be their mint price, especially due to the low supply, because it will be under 2,000 NFTs. So I'm just praying that they have a reasonable mint price that the NFT space is going to welcome with open arms. Next up, we have Mino Games finally releasing the name as well as a trailer for their first Web3 game, which is called Dimensionals. This is going to be a free mint. It's going to be available on mobile, but they also said cross-platform. I'm not sure if they just meant iOS and Android or if they actually meant desktop and console. And they described the game as Pokemon meets Marvel. Now, I listened to a Twitter space on Monday, and at the end of it, they did say it's going to be a 1K collection. I might have heard wrong, but I'm hoping that this is a very low supply, because like we've seen with a lot of free mints, Digidaigaku, which was only a 2K supply, that thing went all the way up to 16 Ethereum. But all in all, we've had a lot of free NFTs do really well, or even VC-backed gaming NFTs like Creature Land, Pirate Nation, and Azra Games. Next up, I want to bring to your attention once again Japanese NFT collections, because there is less than 70 days to get whitelist for the TMA Soldiers collection. And when it inevitably pops off, I know people are going to be complaining that they didn't have enough opportunities to get whitelist. So here, there are 2 different chances right now to get whitelist for this collection. I don't have whitelist yet, but I'm hoping to get it. But the 2 ways are to, 1, go to a zoo or like an animal sanctuary and take a picture in a T-pose. And the second way is to create art or have somebody on Fiverr create it for you about their collection. And no, you cannot use AI. Now, I personally think this one's going to do really well simply because the team that is behind it, their mint prices are traditionally 0.001 ETH. So it's essentially little to no risk as long as you're not using like your vault. So this is one that I'm personally trying to get whitelisted for. I'm going to have to visit a zoo, I guess. Now, I know the Japanese NFT space can be difficult to understand. There's a few websites that I want to show you that you can use. The first one is NFT Market Cap Japan. However, this one only shows you existing projects that are already on the market, but you could use it just to see the different ecosystems that are out there, because they're all very connected. They all give you whitelist for each other. So if you want to study them, this is a great place to start. However, if you want to find out about upcoming projects, there is a blog by Yoko, who is the translator for Ikihaya, who is very popular in the Japanese NFT space. And if you check out these articles, they show you upcoming projects that are part of their ecosystem. So generally, they're pretty hype. And a lot of these have a very cheap mint price of 0.001. And the beauty about this website is it is all in English. I'm going to link it down below so you don't get scammed. Next up, we have Walts Vault. The Walt, obviously a play on Walt Disney. Not that I'm saying this project is associated in any way with Disney. Now, the art is really cool. It reminds me of an old school Mickey Mouse whistling on a boat art style. It's even like a combination of Cellmates meets Invisible Friends due to the positioning of the character and them being walking. The downside here is we all know that the non-PFP NFT collections, unless it's actual art, don't tend to do well in the long term, since this is a PFP trading market. But nonetheless, I like the art for this. Unfortunately, I don't have much info. If you DM them on Twitter, they just send you some riddle. I think it's a chat bot that just auto answers people. And if you check their team page, I hate when projects do this. There is no point to having a team page if you're not going to dox your people and you just put a random nickname or a first name with one of your NFTs. You might as well not have a team page. But I like this project, so please give me whitelist. Next, we have an amazing trailer. I have no joke watched this thing over 20 times. It might just be because it's the same song that they use in the TV show Moon Knight, but nonetheless, it is very good. It is about the Solana ecosystem. If you watch the trailer, especially near the end, you have a ton of Solana characters. You could also see on their Twitter, they mention it's about Solana. It is very well done. I love the sound design or audio engineering. I don't know how to call it. What I don't like is their Twitter banner. There's something off with the art here. I don't know if it's his girl character, but something seems weird about it. But the animated trailer itself is amazing. So I definitely want to find out more about this project. Now, a bit about what's going on in the market. So Captainz have opened up their questing to start earning treasure maps. And we did get to see the first stage of reveal. For some reason, they all look the same, even though there's different traits. I wish they at least had a little bit of different color or a different logo and not just the word like kaiju or human on the side. But there are 6 different traits, the lowest being human, the best being alien. Now, of course, with reveal, we did see a little bit of a dip in the price. They fell under 4 Ethereum at one point for the revealed humans. Some aliens sold for as high as 18 Ethereum. And I will admit, I'm feeling a little bit of regret not selling for 5.5. But if we look at the number of listings, there's only 250 listings. So this does bode well for the collection. I think a lot of people are probably going to end up staking like me. I ended up staking. I might flip eventually, but I'm like, you know, I'm not going to flip at these prices. So I might as well stake it with my potatoes, start earning treasure maps, and see what happens as we get closer to the official reveal. Now, MVP 180 did tweet this. It's potentially a hint at who the artist is. The artist behind a show called Saint Seiya. Here's what the art would look like for that. And the art looks great. A lot of people are still speculating that's the artist from One Piece, the artist from, you know, Dragon Ball or Street Fighter. You know what's funny? Everybody's acting like the artist really matters, but nobody's saying the artist's name. Maybe the artist from One Piece, but Street Fighter and Dragon Ball, everybody's saying the guy from Street Fighter, the guy from Dragon Ball. We don't even know who it is. So let's stop pretending like this famous artist is going to pump the floor to 50 ETH. Let's use Oddities, for example. The artist is Gremplin. Everybody loves Gremplin, but when you look at the art for Oddities, even though it's Gremplin, you know, it's not the best. So I don't think the artist is going to matter. matter. I think the art is going to matter. Next, we have Mocaverse finally airdropping their tickets. If you signed up before the 17th and you had the appropriate collections, you should have received these tickets. Mocaverse is, of course, the collection that is going to be the PFP collection for Animoca brands. Now, there will be a snapshot on February 2nd, and then they're going to be raffling away minimum 1,500 whitelist spots. There's currently 113,000 tickets, so my odds are pretty bad. I only have 2 tickets that I was airdropped. I'm not purchasing any at the moment, but if you do have some tickets and you do hit, I do think this is going to be a good mint, especially since you get 2. One is paid and one is free, and it's Animoca brands PFP. So in my opinion, they're going to do everything in their power to make sure this is a success. But not only that, most of the holders are going to be, partners, investors, employees from the company. So I don't imagine that they're going to be allowed to pay per hand. Art continues to go strong. We have a ton of open editions that are doing really well. We had the checks, these minted for like 0.01 and they went all the way to 0.35. We also have the Delucreci mint, which was 0.06 and it went to like 0.3. And then these neon balloons, I missed this one. I was watching Narcos or something and they minted. I missed it by a few minutes. And these even 8x'd. So I'm still on the lookout for open editions. I know that DKverse tweeted last night. This tweet, I'm not sure if he means open edition or just his latest one of one is going to be dropping. Either way, I'm still very hungry for open editions. Of course, you need to buy the right one. You can't just throw money at anything. Even if it's free, you're just wasting gas on a random free NFT that nobody cares about. But if you are able to find the right ones, they can be extremely profitable. We also had Vi tweet. Of course, he deleted the tweet. He deletes all his tweets, but he did tweet that they will be pushing back the expected launch date for Ether to May or April. And the reason for this is they are still working with a studio to get the trailer done. They want it to be perfect. And although, yes, it is disappointing when a mint is delayed and it can lose some of its hype, I would personally rather that they get it right and the quality is there than they just try to rush it out to make a bag or to make people happy with a flip and the project ends up crashing because there's a ton of complaints, there's mistakes in the art or whatever. Other than that, a bunch of people are playing DookeyDash, the game from Yuga Labs. I'm personally starting to look at Otherdeeds and I might take a position in there probably after the game ends. Hopefully we do see a crash on some of the assets. I want to get Otherdeeds closer to 1 Ethereum because they will be having their next test flight, which is the test of their metaverse in roughly March, according to this article. My goal would be to get them around 1 ETH and then hopefully flip them closer to 2 ETH as people are hyped for the next test launch and there is speculation about the game. Lastly, we have Digidaigaku price continuing to go up. I mentioned this in one of my last videos, roughly around 3.5, and they did pump all the way up to 4.5 Ethereum. They are retracing a little bit now, but I do feel these are going to continue to be relevant for the Villains Mint. We also have the upcoming Dragons Mint, which is going to be happening during the Super Bowl, and it seems like supervillains are going to play a role there. So as long as the narrative keeps playing out and the market doesn't nuke to zero, I think these are going to either retain or keep moving upwards. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, would you kindly hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification. Thank you for watching the Crypto Gorilla. Peace.